पार्थाया प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेनाग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवत् गीते भवे द्वेषणी। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूति योग। श्री भगवान उवाच भूय एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचः यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया न मे विदुः सुरगणा प्रभवा न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वसः यो मामजमनादिं च वेत्ति लोकमहेश्वरम् असम्मूढः समर्थ्येषु सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते बुद्धिर्ज्ञानसम्मोहः क्षमा सत्यं दमा समः अहिंसा समता तुष्टिस्तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विधा महर्षयः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावा मानसा जाता येषां लोक इमाः प्रजाः एतां विभूति योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकम्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भावसमन्विताः मच्चित्ता मद्गतप्राणा बोधयन्तः परस्परम् कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकम् ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वत। अर्जुन उवाच परं ब्रह्म परं धाम पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्यम् आदिदेवमजं विभुम् आहुस्त्वामृषया सर्वे देवर्षि नारदस्तथा असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे सर्वमेतद्रतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवा न दानवाः स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्थत्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतवान् भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते वक्तुर्मर्हस्य शेषेण दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोकान् इमास्त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि कथं विद्यामहं योगस्त्वां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन् मया विस्तरेणात्मनो योगं विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूया कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे व्रतम्। श्रीभगवान् उवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरुश्रेष्ठा नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च आदित्यानमहं विष्णुर्ज्योतिषां रविषुदंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वेत्तेषो यक्षरक्षसाम् वसूनां पवकश्चास्मि मेरुः शिखिरर्णामहम् वसूनां पवकश्चास्मि मेरुः शिखरिणामहम् पुरोधंशां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिम् सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दासरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्येकमक्षरम् यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः अस्वस्था सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः उच्छैश्रवसमस्मानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम् आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि गन्तर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वर्णो यादसामहम् पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमा संयमतामहम् प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहम् मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पाक्पक्षिणाम् मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम् पवनः पवतामस्मि रामाशस्त्रभृतामहम् झषाणां मकरश्चास्मि स्त्रोत्रतामस्मि जाह्नवी झषाणां मकरश्चास्मि स्रोतश्चासामस्मि जाह्नवी सर्गाणामादिरन्तश्च मध्यं चैवाहमर्जुन अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादः प्रवदतामहम् अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च अहमेवावक्षयः कालो धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः मृत्युः सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्रीवाक्च नारीणां स्मृति मेधा धृति क्षमा बृहत्साम तथा साम्नां गायत्री छन्दसामहम् मासानां मार्गशीर्षोऽहं ऋतूनां कुसुमाक्षरः मासानां मार्गशीर्षोऽहं ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः ज्योतं छलयतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम् तयोस्मि व्यवसायोस्मि सत्त्वं स्वत्ववतामहम् ऋषीणां वासुदेवोऽस्मि पाण्डवानां धनञ्जयः मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासा कवीनामुशना कविः दण्डो दमयतामस्मि नीतिरस्मि जिगीषताम् मौनं चैवास्मि गुह्यानां ज्ञानं ज्ञानवतामहम् यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तदमहर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यस्यान्मया भूतं चराचरम् न तदस्ति विना यस्यान्मया भूतं चराचरम् नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप एष तूद्देशतः प्रोक्तो विभूतिर्विस्तरो मया यद्विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं यद्विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदोर्जितमेव वा तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं मम तेजो संभवम् अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन पृष्ठभ्याहमितिं कृष्णम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत् ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे विभूतियोगो नाम दशमोऽध्यायः। ॐ जय गुरुदेव।
Thank you, Maharishi. Jai Gurudev. Now, Jai Shri,
Yes,
you will be
Taji.
reading the Sanskrit of verse 28.
Yes. Should I read the English version also?
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah. Verse 28. Ayudhanamaham vajram dhenu namasmi kamadhuk prajanaschasmi kandarpaha sarpanamasmi vasukihi आयुधानामहं वज्रम् धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः Among the weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among the cows, I am Kamadhuk. I am the progenitor, Kandarpa. Among the snakes, I am Vasuki. Yes. Jai Gurudev.
Among the weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among the cows, I am Kamdhuk. I am the progenitor, Kandharpa. Among the snakes, I am Vasuki. Thunderbolt, the Vajra made of Dadichi's bone. Kamadhuk, Vashishta's cow, who yields all desired objects. Kandarpa, love, and Vasuki, the lord of snakes. So, as we are going in chapter 10 about the divine glories of Shri Krishna Bhagwan, and we are also studying the vibhutis, what all Shri Krishna Bhagwan has in him, which is manifested in his power in this universe. So, the first thing, the summary I will give you of verse 28, I am the Vajra amongst the weapons. So, we must go into the details of Vajra, but he says, I am the weapon. I am the Vajra of all the weapons. I am the Kamdhenu among all the cows, and I am Kamdev, the god of love, and amongst all causes for procreation, and among the serpents, I am Vasuki. So thunderbolt is the weapon, the Vajra weapon, to be made of Dadiji's bone. Now, in order to understand this, we have to go back to understand the story of sage Dadiji. It is said that Indra, the king of celestial kingdom, had lost his kingdom by this a demon called Vitrasasura. To take the kingdom back, Lord Indra went to Shiva, and Shiva took him to Vishnu. And it was told, and it is learned, that this Asura, Vitra Asura, could only be killed by a weapon, by a Vajra, which was to be made out of the bones of the sage. The name of the sage was Dadichi. Now, how do we go about this? So they requested him that this is the only way we can kill Asura. So Dadiji said, okay, I will abide by the wish what Vishnuji says, but I want a request that I have to take dip in the holy waters. So it is said, it is a part of a mythologic story, that all the water of the holy rivers came to one point where Dadiji took his bath and then he surrendered his body to Lord Vishnu. And after that, the Vajra that was made from the bones that helped to kill the Asura Vitra. So Indra, the king of the celestial heavenly body, got his kingdom back. So Shri Krishna Bhagavan, he says that Vajra, that power, here we are also taking Vajra as a weapon, and Vajra also as the power. That power is me. That Vishishta's cow Kamdhenu that we call, who yields us all the life-giving objects, that power which makes us so strong, all that is me. And Kandapa love, he says that love which was created, and that love was created for procreation. It was not created for any lust. It was created for continuation of the human mankind. And this continuation of human mankind through what we call in words is procreation. That creation, the progeny creation, is also me. That means again reflecting the manifesting power of Shri Krishna Bhagwan in the form of making a Vajra of Dadiji's saints born of the life-giving objects that we symbolizes by Vashishta's cow, Kamadhenu, and by Kandarapa, love that was created for procreation in the human mankind, for the progeny, not for any sensual desires or lust. And he says, I am also Vasuki, the Lord of Snakes. So Vasuki is one that has a gem on its head called the Nagmani, and it is the most powerful snake. And this Vasuki snake is a great devotee of Lord Shiva, because you will see that snake which is around, which is coiled around, is the snake Vasuki. This snake, as far as like we pray to Shiva, it remains in control. Otherwise, it is lifeless, but very destructive and very powerful. So what he says now, Shri Krishna Bhagavan in verse 28, that among all weapons, I am the power of Vajra. Among all cows, I am the Kamdhenu, which gives you the life-supporting, nourishing objects. And I am the one who creates in this world, who's a procreator. And I am that power of destruction and creation, and that power which is like Vasuki, the Lord of Snakes. Jai Gurudev. I can have a look if I have a 28th verse. It is that if I have the scientific research on that. Um, um, Puja, has Bhuvneshji joined? Jayashri, can you read his name?
No,
Yes,
Neetaji, I
Anitaji.
can't.
Yeah.
No. So, anyways, it's okay. We will continue. And I think I have a scientific research for verse 28, and it goes around like this. Mm, Among the weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among the cows, I am the kamduk. I am the progenitor. This has been verified by increased personal development through Maharishi Transcendental Meditation and Siddhi program. This verse validates increased orderliness of brain functioning, increased integration of brain functioning, and increased brain wave coherence, because there is a connection between each of these. So from this verse we have seen that all those students who have been using and doing this program of TM and TM Siddhi program, they have increased significantly on 3 measures of personal development and psychological health, increase creativity and increase autonomy, and increase in intrinsic spirituality. The TM Siddhi program participants also improved significantly on all over level measures of well-being and a measure of psychological integration in comparison to the control students. So in this verse, if somebody has to say something, most welcome. Because we are only discussing about the power manifestation, the vibhutis or the divine glories of Shri Krishna Bhagavan in every form that is available to us in the universe. So on this, if there's anything somebody wants to add to it, because we will be going verse by verse, but if somebody wants to add to it, it will be a great interaction. Okay, so if nobody wants to ask anything, Jayashri, you can go ahead with verse 29.
Yes, Sanitaji. Anantastasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunamaryamachasmi yamasayamatamaham anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunamaryamachasmi yamasayamatamaham. And Ananta am I among the serpents. I am Varuna among the water beings. Among the Pitris, I am Aryama. Among the controllers, I am Yama. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Jayashri. So again, in this verse 29, we have a little summary that here Krishna Bhagavan says, I am the snakes. I am Ananta. Among the aquatics, I am the Varuna. And among the departed ancestors, I am the Yama. Now here Ananta, the king of snakes, is referred to that on which Lord Vishnu reclines, on which Lord Vishnu sleeps. So he reclines. This is all celestial. This is all celestial. So this Ananta is the king of snakes on which Lord Vishnu reclines. Varuna, the king of water gods. Now, king of water gods, we have to really understand, because even now in our houses, you remember we have a kalcha, a pot which is placed at the door. And why Varuna is always worshipped is because Varuna invokes the water god. So the pot of water that is placed, it is a great part of our puja, which is in the entrance of the house. So Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, I am the Varuna. I am to be prayed at all times of the holy river. I am Varuna. I pray. You remember when we take a dip in Ganges, or I remember going to Rameshwaram and taking a dip in the ocean there. All this is done, and we pray to Lord Varuna to give us higher intellect, because the god of water will illuminate our mind. So Varuna is worshipped as a very, very first thing in all the pujas. Sri Krishna Bhagavan says here, I am the Ananta, I am the king of the snakes, where Shri Vishnu reclines. I am Varuna, the water beings, where we do the entire obulation in puja, in everything. water is worshipped. I am the the Pitras. And who are the Pitras? The Pitras are our divine ancestors who have become spirits, the spirits of departed who have been buried with proper rites, Vedic rites, which are called Antyeshti. They have now entered the Pitralok, and we call them the divine ancestors. So he says that I am also those people who are the Pitras, the ancestors. I am also Yama, the ruler of the dead, and Yama is the Dharmraj, the god of death and justice. The first man who died is said to be converted into Yama. He is the head of the resting place of the dead. So Yam God determines justice of good and evil of the souls. And according to them, it is again a mythology. According to them, he gives the proper place in the heavenly abode. And Yam takes place as the head of the place where the divine ancestors go after death. So he says this is the place where nobody can escape, because when we have taken birth, we have to die. So birth and death is also indicated here. About the Pithers, our ancestors, whom we then call divine ancestors, is also mentioned here. And Varuna, the king of water gods, whom we worship at the very onset of the puja, and Ananta, the snake of on which Shri Vishnu Bhagwan reclines. He says, and all this is I who is, who I am. So again, in this verse also, we see the vibhutis of Shri Krishna Bhagwan. We see the divine glories of Shri Krishna Bhagwan in the form when he says, I am all this. Jai Gurudev. So, the scientific research on this says that there is an increased contribution of managers to the organization, because now your uh, your timetable and your schedule and your power and your everything is increasing as we go on. As we move on, we will see how Shri Krishna Bhagwan is manifesting that great powers in the universe. Now from this it is verified that then there is increased leadership ability and boldness, increased ability to think and act efficiently in the present, increase foresight, greater inner locus of control, increase self-sufficiency, and increase effectiveness. So these all qualities are developed through Maharishi Transcendental Meditation Program, and this has been validated scientifically. It has been found that those who learned TM compared to match control showed increased organizational contribution, which was combined index of observer ratings of higher productivity, better leadership practices, better work relationships, greater vitality, and greater mental health, higher job satisfaction, and less anger. Jai Gurudev.
20th verse. 30th.
Yes, Shri, anything you would like to add?
No, again.
Because at the moment we are only understanding the vibhutis of Lord Krishna and the power that he has in it, which these words are telling us. Whatever we are studying, whatever we are reading, these are one word which represents the power that Shri Krishna Bhagavan manifests. Is it okay?
Yes.
You can add Jayashri if you want to.
No, Mitaji.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Puja, we can continue then.
Shall we continue with the 30th verse?
Yes, Puja, if she's there, can.
Yeah, she's displaying it.
Okay. So then
Yeah.
we continue with the verse 30th. Okay.
Yes. प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहम् मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहम् वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम् प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहम् मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहम् वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम् Among the Daityas, I am Prahlada, and among the measurers, I am time. Among the beasts, I am the king of beasts, the lion. And among the birds, Vinata's son. Jai Gurudev.
Daityas, an order of superhuman beings that are opposed to righteousness and God. Although born in the families of Daityas, Prahlada was a great devotee of God from his very childhood. So here, Sri Krishna Bhagavan says, I am the Prahlada among the demons, among all controls. I am the time. Know me to be the lion amongst the animals and Garud among the birds. Now, Daityas is the race of Asuras. But Prahlada was born of the demon king Hiranyakashipu. He was the devotee of Vishnu and he reflects God's glory. Here, Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, even among the Asuras, there is one who reflects God's glory, and that's me. Lion is symbolized here as the power. Lion is the king of the jungle, but what it symbolizes is the power of the lion, which has revealed itself. So Shri Krishna Bhagavan here says, this power, the great power, is what itself it is in him. And Garud is the divine vehicle of Vishnu, the greatest among the birds. The name given here is If Jayashri can read it again. Jayashri, can you read the Sanskrit verse again? Because in
Yes.
that it is better said.
Yes. प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहम् मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहम् वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम्.
So, is it clear now that I am also the time? Everything is there. And know me. You know me because I am among everything I control. I am the time. So if you are the time, that means nothing moves. Everything moves with the will of him. So him here, Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, I am the time and I am the one who has the power of the lion, like the lion has the power and is the king. And same way, I am Vinata's son. That means I am that Garud, the divine bird, the- who who is the fastest and the most divine. So he is the vehicle of Shri Vishnu Bhagavan, the greatest among the birds. So this verse shows that power of Shri Krishna Bhagavan, which deals with the birds, the animals of the jungle, and with the demons, and how the devotee comes out of that asuras. The deities, I think that's all I have to say about this verse 30. If somebody wants to add something, they can add, please. Jayashri, you can add something of the Sanskrit shlokas if there is something which is missing.
You've already spoken, Anitaji. Very
Okay.
nice.
Okay. So, in the last line, we have also cleared that Prahlada was a great devotee of God right from his childhood. So, although he was born in the families of Daityas, that is the Asuras, yet Shri Krishna Bhagavan, here also we can imply that you can be born anywhere, but you see how Prahlada had reflecting himself, the great being the devotee of the God. So we people also can change in our life. Is that so? Because even if we have such bad qualities, we can over the time improve ourselves. So he says, whatever qualities are there, whatever the time factor whatever is there, whatever the power is there, all this is me, my vibhuti, my manifestation. And this is all the divine glories of Shri Krishna Bhagavan. Yes, we continue then. Verse 31.
Yes, Anitaji. Verse 31. Pavanah pavatamasmi Ramashastrabhritamaham Jhashanam makaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Jannavi. Pavanah pavatamasmi Ramashastrabhritamaham Jhashanam makaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Jannavi. Among purifiers, I am the wind. Among wielders of weapons, I am Ram. Among fishes, I am a sea monster. And among rivers, I am the Ganges. Jai Gurudev.
So this verse in continuation now says a little summary of the verse. First, I'll give you that I am the wind which purifies. And it is in the nature of the wind that performs the work of a purifier, because we have seen that it converts impure water into water vapor. It carries dirty smells away. It makes fire burn because it has fueling in it, that is the oxygen. So here in the first line it says, I am purifier, I am the wind. So these are the qualities of the wind. Among the wielders of weapons, I am Ram. Here the references to the bow of the Ram, which was considered to be the best weapon. And he identifies with Ram because we have seen Ram is also an avatar. So Shri Krishna Bhagavan identifies with him because the bow that was there with Shri Ram was the deadliest weapon. And the great quality of that weapon was that it was to be utilized for good. So Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, among the wielders of weapon, I am Ram. Among the fishes, I am a sea monster. That means even in the sea of all the creatures there are, I am the monster. And I think the monster of the sea is the crocodile. And if we remember, crocodile is that a sea monster that even kept for worship. And then he says, among the rivers, I am the Ganges. Why is the Ganges? Because Ganges is the most holy river and it has ascended from the celestial abode, and the water of the holy Ganges does not putrefy. That means it does not smell. It does not get bad. And we have seen all the time when we go and get the Ganga Jal and keep it for months and months with us, it does not smell. So there is something very unique about the Ganga Jal, despite the fact that we see now everything has been so very destructive and things sent odd things into the Ganges, yet Ganges water is considered to be pure and holy. And the most important quality is that it's not petrified, it is not spoiled. Even in modern times, we all, even at the time of death and birth, we use Ganges water because it is considered in our dharma the most pure and holy form of water. So here Sri Krishna Bhagavan says, among all the purifiers, I am the wind because of the great qualities that it has. I am the wielders of weapon, and I am Ram, and I am the sea monster. And among the rivers, I am Ganges because it is the most holy and pure river in our dharma. Thank you, Jai Gurudev. Yes, Jayashree, we have few minutes. We complete verse 32. You can read the Sanskrit.
Yes.
Jayashree, we continue till 4 or 4:30.
It's up to 4:30.
Oh, okay. I thought I've taken a lot of time. It's 4 now.
No,
So
no,
that's
Bhagini.
okay. It's okay, then you can take that time.
Verse 32. Sarganam adirantascha madhyam ahamarjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vadah pravadatamaham sarganam adirantascha madhyam chaivahamarjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vadah pravadatamaham. O Arjuna, among the creations, I am the beginning and the end, and the middle also. Among the knowledge, I am the knowledge of the self and vada of disputants. Jai Gurudev.
Knowledge of the self brings enlightenment. Vada, discussion, which is the chief means of determining truths. So these 2 points are to be elaborated. Here, O Arjuna, know me to be the beginning, middle, and end of all creation. I am the science of spirituality, and I am the logical conclusion. This is a summary of verse 32. Now, to go into detail, all that is created, that what is created, our space, our water, our earth, I am the creator. He also says, I am the maintainer and also the annihilator, because these are my vibhutis. These are my manifestation of creativity that I have created. In one line, he says here, knowledge of the self brings enlightenment. Then, how does the knowledge bring enlightenment? That is, he has the control over spirituality at will. He is the Vedas, the 4 Vedas. He is the Vedang, Shiksha, Kalp, Vyakaran. He is the Vedas, our Yajurved, Rig Ved, Atharved, Samved. He is the Vedang, the Shiksha, Kalp, Vyakaran. He is a Upved. He is Brahmana. He is a Pratishakya. If you all remember the 40 qualities of the laws of nature, which are in the Maharishi chart that we have earlier read, all these take us to the development of spirituality and the knowledge of these qualities of consciousness, of these 40 qualities of consciousness. This bring us the knowledge of the self, which takes out to enlightenment. So here we get to know, since it is Maharishi commentary of the Bhagavad Gita, so all this I am telling you because here spirituality for self-enlightenment is through these qualities of consciousness, and these qualities are under the headings of Vedas, Vedang, Upveds, Brahmana, and Pratishakyas. So all these qualities are what Shri Krishna Bhagwan is saying he is manifested in him. Vada discussion, which is the chief means of determining truth. Now, this Vada refers to the logical conclusions. Now, what happens? In every discussion, in every debate, we have opponents, we have disputants. So, now how to come to a correct solution in which we says there are field of possibilities, but how do we come to the logical conclusion? So, what is logic that we have to first understand? Logic is the basis of communication of ideas and establishing the truth. It is the communication of ideas, and through this sense of communications, that logic can be cultivated and taught and learned in the society. So, the universal principles of logic are to be the manifestations of the power of God. Because why they are the power of God? Because each one says something. Now, Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, I am Vada. I am the chief means of determining the truth. So that means that power of determination, determining, is also with Sri Krishna Bhagavan. The power of knowledge for self to bring about enlightenment is also with him. So this verse says that all beginning, middle, and the end of creation, and all the science of spirituality, all the subjects that lead to self enlightenment and to the logical conclusion of establishing truth in the society, it is reflected through me, it is manifested through me. That is, O Arjuna, among the creations, I am the beginning and the end, and the middle also. So everything, it covers all creation. And knowledge also it covers, because I am the knowledge of the self. And also the vada of the despondent, of the opponents who do not agree. I have that means of determining the truth and establishing that truth in with the power that I have, and come to the logical conclusion. And this is what I am. I am the universal sense of logic. Thank you, Jai Gurudev. Would that be fine, Jayashri?
Yes, Anita ji.
Can Namita, Usha ji, can you add something to it? If you all don't add something to it, don't interact, then I also don't know what direction we are moving. Isn't it, Jayashri?
Yes, you're right, Anita ji.
No, I may
You
be
have already
right.
mentioned, no, you have already explained that, no?
No, that's all right. Then um, let's have a discussion on that,
Yes.
Jayashri.
Mm.
आप बोलेंगे? You'll speak something, Jayashri? So I can see Puja also here. Revati, you know, it's always like that. Remember when Hemaji was reading and
Yeah.
explaining so well? We all are listening. We are not answering it all.
Here,
Uh,
here, Vada is, if Hemaji would be here, I'd have asked a question. Here, Vada is the Tarka? Is it the Tarka? Because Tarka
I
is the
don't know.
discussion.
I
That's
don't
why.
know the Hindi part. The English part is the logic part. I know.
Yeah.
You know what happened when you agree and disagree?
Hmm.
So uh, that logic, I don't know the Hindi part of that. That now who's to decide? Once there was a question asked that some good is a relative term. Something this is
Hmm.
good and something that is good. But who will decide
Hmm.
what is good? That's
Yeah.
also a
In
question.
this in
Who
this
will decide?
Tarka, no, they bring the scriptures in the middle and they correlate it with that, and then they come to the decision for determining the truth. This Vada,
Yeah.
I think Vada is the Tarka only.
Acha. So if that is one way, the other way when they were asked on that relative term, I
Hmm.
say this is good, and Jeshri says no, this is not good, this is good. Now who's the one who's going to decide? Do you know what the answer was?
Hmm.
The consequence of the result of your action,
Hmm.
if they are mm, if they are nourishing,
Hmm.
if they are righteous,
Right.
if they are life supporting, if they are
Hmm.
benefiting, then
Hmm.
that person is right. And
This is.
another line added to it was that
Hmm.
whose ideas will be right and decisions will be right. You remember the first benefit of transcendental meditation, right decision making.
Right.
The people who do their program
Hmm.
well, regularly,
Hmm.
effortlessly, naturally, every time. So that person's, whatever he says, the outcome will tell us what is good and what is not. So we may keep on saying, I'm saying this is good and I'm saying this is the logic conclusion. And, when we work out even in the schools for studies and all, this should be the conclusion and this will be the conclusion. But
Hmm.
ultimate, the conclusion is what the conclusion will come out
Hmm.
of clear reasoning. And
Right.
that conclusion out of clear reasoning, whether you refer to the scriptures, but scriptures are our authority. So we abide by them. Our self is our authority. So we abide by it. Because self is also developed according to our levels of consciousness.
Hmm.
So, if our level of consciousness is that at that power, at that level, then definitely our decisions are going to be a right decision. And that decision that we take will be manifested in the right direction. So, Shri Krishna Bhagwan is the logic, is because he's already told you he's the creator, he's the annihilator, he's the maintainer. He is all that is space, air, water. He is all
Hmm.
spirituality. His Ved, Vedang, Upang, Uped, everything. He is
Hmm.
all Vidya. He is all education. So when everything is his manifestation, everything is his glory, all we have to do is the whole of this lesson and earlier, all this is working on the level that his how he will make Arjuna surrender, understand him that perfectly. So that is automatically surrendered to God. The devotion to God. It won't come that I said I'm going to surrender to God. How the whole thing is being prepared and is being worked for surrendering in totality. That's what I take from this. So, we doing Maharishi program, if we surrender in totality with great enthusiasm in our hearts that we have to do it. And here then we come to verse 32, and then we can discuss upon it that those people who do their program regularly and who are
Hmm.
established, they will definitely have the better decision-making qualities, and that's what it is said, that Vada, the logical conclusion, the discussion, which is the basis of all communications of ideas and establishing truth, and this universal sense will only be cultivated and come to us if we understand the greatest universal principles of logic, which are manifested as the power of God. So every good decision that you take or I take or anybody takes is a universal manifestation of the power of God. That way, I mean, if you have to apply this in our daily life, after all that we are reading has got some lineage to be connected in some form. Like in verse 30th, we were talking about Daityas, from whom Prahlad was the great devotee of God. So if we take every verse, if there is one take that we take, today we've read about how what are the qualities of the cow, the Kamdhenu, who gives you all life, nourishing, supporting, life-living qualities. So that is also great. If we also take into consideration that all the weapons we are talking about, Vajra is made out of this. So this is a mythology, but then you see that there are some weapons which are only to be used for good. Here the mention is of Lord Rama. And again, if we see snakes, how we talking about Ananta and Vasuki, and how the Lord Vishnu reclines upon Ananta. How we worship Lord Varuna, the king of water gods. And I'm sure in South India also, you all worship those water pots in your.
Yes.
See, so here we're talking about oceans and holy rivers and all. But if you basically apply onto our daily life, we also use the same thing. Earlier verses we read about the Surya and the sun and the different names of the sun god. We all are doing it in our daily lives. And then here it was very nicely mentioned about the Pitras, the Pitri. So we all, in every culture, of India, we have the ancestral, we have the Sharad Pujas, how we worship the divine ancestors, and how we perform the rites. So everything is done through us. And we are also an image of God. Now, Shri Krishna Bhagavan says, all that is I who has done it. And on this earth, we are the image of God. We are the ones who are doing it. And then when he refers to Yama, the ruler of the dead, the judge of all the judges, when he says he's the judge of all the judges, means Yama is in charge of deciding who's done good and evil and where to take him to the heavenly abode. From here, we also get the uh, point that we must perform our karmas well in this life, isn't it? Because based on the karmas, our death will be determined where we are going to go. So, in these words which are mentioned, there's lot that we can carry back. There's lots we can take. They're not only the words like Varuna, Pitras, Yama, or Ananta. So if you go deep into it, there are many things we can take in our life for our evolution. And in the end, like we have read in verse 31 about the wind, how beautiful it is that here Shri Krishna Bhagavan refers to the wind as the great purifier. And we see it is. There are few qualities of the wind as a purifier, I have said, but there are many more. And of the weapons, I have already mentioned about the bow of the best weapon which is to be used. So here, if we have to go into the logical discussions, it can be of this chapter that all weapons should be used for good. So we will once again get into the argument of disarmaments, that we are making all things these days for destruction, whether it is one country, America, Russia, India, all for destruction. So here Bhagavad Gita gives us a great lesson, that it says that all weapons which are used by Ram are used for goodness. And it gives us the importance of water. If I am the river Ganges, one side it is holy, on the other side it is also given the importance of water in our universe, in our whole mankind. What is the importance of water? Of course, Ganges is the most holy, and from where the Ganges come, that is very, very important. So here also the refer of Shiva from the mountains, from that height, from that celestial atmosphere, river Ganges flows. And this flowing also, if we go further into detail, the flowing also has great significance to it. We are flowing, the life flows, and how it goes on and on. So in case of discussion, one can always add a point, and that point can be any ways, but it will always yield to our knowledge. So I can only request that we must come up with something. So we add and then we learn from each other, and that would be great interaction. So I think, Jayashri, you will have to do the mala now.
Yes, Anitaji.
You will be doing the mala, and then
Yes.
for the next we will see, because every time I'm waiting for Bhuvnesh to come to give his great knowledge, share his great knowledge with us. I don't know, I'm sure he's very busy elsewhere. And and we will, it's 4:23, you can do the mala and we can close.
It's 31 and 32, no?
Yeah, we've finished 31, 32.
30.
Yes.
Who is 31? Pavanah pavatamasmi Ramashastrabhritamaham Jhashanamakaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Jannavi Sarganamadhirantascha Madhyam Chaivahamarjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana Vadah Pravadatamaham. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, Jayashri. So we can leave now. We can say,
Shanti mantra.
yeah. You do it?
Yeah. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Shri Gurubhyo
Jai
Namaha.
Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev.
Manish ji, thank you. Usha ji,
Jai Gurudev.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Actually, I joined very late. I've not been feeling well since a long time. So
Oh,
I had not heard the whole thing, so I remained silent.
okay, that's all right. It's all right,
But
but
yes,
I said it's very kind of you to have joined it.